Hello YouTube fam, how are you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to Athena Virtuous channel. I'm Athena and I'm your astrologer and your spiritual guide. Well, welcome back guys. Here I am on camera. I was filming for a while off camera, and as I mentioned in my last video that I uploaded early this morning, I'm traveling. Actually, I'm not at my usual location, and there are lots of changes happening in my life. Yeah, and it's been it's been brewing for a while, and I put it on the back burner, but it needs to happen. So yeah, I'm taking action and I'm taking the initiative, and that was as you know, everybody, Cancer Sun and Rising, and Mars was in my chart, in my house. So yeah, Mars was giving me the energy to take action and to initiate the change technically. Yeah, so yeah, I'm traveling, and here I am on camera again. I thought to come on camera and say hi to you. I'm doing well. I'm just extremely busy. I'm not going to be on camera. I'm going to be on and off, depending on, you got the point guys. I'm so busy. Okay, so that's why it's a lot easier for me to film off camera than to be on camera. But anyways, here I am. And for today, I'm gonna focus on astrology, and I'm gonna focus on the energy of Pluto and Mars opposition, and I'm gonna talk briefly about Venus, Saturn, and the North Node conjunction, sextiling Uranus, as you see in the chart. I'm recording, just before I speak further about the astrology, I'm recording today's video on the 19th of April, and it's 9:06. If you see here, I don't know if you can see it, it's 9:06. Wow, this is very potent guys. 9:06 a.m. Yeah, my time. I'm not gonna say where I am, but I am where I am. Okay, so first things first, let me give you the aspects that I'm going to be focusing on, and I'm going to explain to you the energy and how it's going to affect each one of you. I'll probably do also, you know, speak about each of the zodiac signs. I'm trying to make it short really, but we'll see how it goes, okay? Anyways, so first things first. As you see in the chart here, Venus 25 degree 48 minutes, Saturn is 26 degree 47 minute, both in Pisces, and the North Node 26. So there is an exact conjunction between Saturn and the North Node in Pisces. Okay, and as I mentioned before, the North Node is our life path, is what we need to you know, what we need to strive for, what the path that we need to take forward and leave things behind. So once I say this is the North Node, or what they call it in Vedic astrology, Rahu, the South Node is in Virgo. Okay, so what we have to leave behind, what we have to let go of, because that's karmic. That's, we're done with it. We need to let it go. We need to overcome it. We have to. Okay, and as I mentioned in previous astrology predictions, I told you, especially when we've had the full moon in Virgo, things start to crumble, because you got to understand, full moon and where the South Node is means that's it, we're done. Okay, that's the energy of the divine intervention. Okay, are you going to initiate the change and let go of this karmic situation, karmic people, karmic whatever? Okay, karmic placement, you have to let go of, and you have to move forward. This is your life path in Pisces, which means you have to believe, trust in the divine. That's what Pisces is number 12 in the zodiac, in the zodiacal wheel, which is a representation of belief and trust in the divine. It's faith. You have to be faithful. You have to have faith, not be well, you have to be faithful regardless, but you have to have faith and belief and trust in the divine. Okay, no matter what. Stop being very controlling. Control the outcome, control the result, be perfectionist, okay, or try to perfect everything, because that's what Virgo is very controlling, is very dominant, and that's negative energy, okay. You want to perfect everything, you want to have control. That's the south node. The north node is you need to believe and trust, okay, and you need to be like a fool, have faith, take a leap of faith, and go forward in your new journey, new cycle, okay. And then we've had the solar eclipse, which is a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, 0, okay, starting from the 0, planting the seeds, okay. It's a new moon, new era, and I spoke about it a lot, okay. So anyways, going back to this conjunction between Saturn, North Node, and Venus going hand in hand in the north, in your path, in the North Node. So Saturn gonna put you, and sextiling with Uranus. Saturn is stability, you want, and reality, okay, and truth, and endurance. And Uranus is instability, is something change, something disruptive, okay, abrupt change, something that happens out of the blue without knowing what's going on, okay, because Uranus always representation of the divine intervention, shake up your grounds, shake up your foundation, okay. So with the sextile here between these three, North Node is not the planet, but between Saturn and Venus and the North Node, sextiling Uranus, the instability, it's like how you're going to persevere, okay, because the change is happening whether you like it or not, okay, because you have a new cycle, and all this life journey is a cycle, okay. So we have to go through this cycle, and we have to initiate the change, and we have to accept whatever the change is, and have faith and belief and trust, okay, because this is our life path, okay. So you have to persevere, and you have to show endurance through the instability. What does that mean? Instability doesn't mean that you have to gonna go through earthquake and tornadoes and this, but it's just a symbolic, okay. So let's say you're moving. This is just an example, just like me, because I'm moving, okay. There's lots you have to take care of, lots, okay, and it's gonna cost you as well, okay, but you have to do it. You have to do it. You've been given multiple warnings and red flags and signs and cautions, but it's time to do it. It's time to take the initiative and do it. And Saturn is gonna test your perseverance, your endurance, okay. So now you're going through the exam. Venus is trying, when Venus was in retrograde in Pisces, in Aries, and then went back into Pisces, it was reminding you of your values, okay. It's a reflection on your values, okay. Is this serving you? Is this adding up to your values? Is this put you in a position of progress and advancement or not? Okay, so you've been reflecting for a while. And when we talk about Venus, it's all materialistic and physical values. It's your appearance, your looks, your health. Because Venus is related to health as well, because if you're not healthy, you don't look good, right? You look pale and tired. But Venus is, you have to take care of yourself, your self-worth, okay? Your values, your standards, your assets, your properties, your investment, your whatever, any values, your money, okay? So all physical values, okay? Are you pampering yourself? Do you know your self-worth? Do you take care of yourself, or are you just always giving to others? Okay, now enough of giving to others, and you have to take care of yourself, okay? And that's what Saturn taking Saturn is Uranus in the Greek mythology, and Venus is Venus in the Roman. Is she's called Aphrodite, but yeah, and Aphrodite is or Venus is Saturn's daughter, right? So he's taking her hand and he's telling her, hey, now you know your value. You've been reflecting for a while. You've been you went through through the ring. You've been through it technically. Okay, you've been through a lot. Now you know your self-worth. So now what you're gonna do, Venus? I'm gonna take your hand. I'm gonna walk you through the turbulence, through the instability, through the change, and I'm gonna help you. And I'm gonna test your endurance. I'm gonna test your perseverance. I'm gonna test your patience. I'm gonna test if you are being honest and telling the truth. And at the end of the day, you're gonna be rewarded. So I want you to understand this energy of the North Node conjunct with Saturn, Venus, and sextile, all these three sextiling Uranus. So Uranus is the change, the abrupt change, okay? Now, once again, as I said, it doesn't have to be earthquakes and tornadoes and storms, but it could be, okay? Altogether, there are areas in this, on planet Earth that they're experiencing earthquake, like what we've seen in a while, not long ago, in what happened in Thailand, in Bangkok, right? And there are going to be storms, there are going to be tornadoes, but that doesn't going to be applied to everybody, okay? What you need to understand and what's applicable to everybody is that abrupt change that's going to happen, which is shocking, which is shaking your ground, shaking your foundation. You need to do it fast, okay? You need to take the initiative fast and move on. Okay, so that's the energy of the sextile and the conjunction of the North Node. Now also Venus in conjunction with the North Node and Saturn, you could be dealing, or you could come across a feminine energy who's going to be, because Venus and Saturn, so it's like a mature, it doesn't have to be a mature in age, but she probably look mature in age. She's going to guide you, okay? She's going to help you. If Venus is feminine energy, okay, so it could be a female, it could be just a very a person who's wise, like a hermit, okay, like a priest or high priestess or something like that, or a teacher or professor, or any person, okay, who is very well experienced in life in a certain aspect, okay, in life, who's going to be guiding you, who's going to be helping you. It could be even a banker, okay, it could be it could be I don't know, a landlord, it could be a real estate agent, it could be a fashion designer, it could be anything, a professor, as I said, it could be a spiritual healer, it could be it could be anything, okay? That's what it is. Venus is a feminine energy, so you could be meeting with that person. It could be, this is your energy, that's what you exude, okay? Yeah, but I see it most likely that you're going to be meeting with a guide, somebody who's guiding you, somebody who's encouraging you to take the change and, instill that feel of self-worth. You deserve this. You're worth it. Okay, that's what Venus is, or that energy that's going to guide you, is she's going to tell you somehow, some way that you deserve it. You're worth it. Okay, and it's going to be approved, whatever it is. So let's say you're going to a bank asking for a loan, or to pay for mortgage or something along those lines, right? So this banker could be a woman, okay, and she's going to approve this application. So I want you to think of it, it's whatever is happening now in conjunction with the North Node, which is Venus and Saturn, it means approval, okay? It means have faith. It means that's what you deserve, because Venus is your worth, what you deserve, okay? And this energy means you deserve this. You're worth it. That's your value, okay? That's what you're gonna get, but you have to have faith. That's what the North Node, you have to have faith. It's in Pisces. You have to believe, you have to trust, because this is your life path. We're going to guide you, Saturn. We're going to guide you. We're going to take your hand, okay, through this abrupt change, Uranus, okay? Uranus is abrupt change. We're going to take your hand and we're going to guide you, but you have to persevere. You have to show that you're willing and accepting the change, okay? And you're willing to work. You're just not sitting in a corner and say, okay, I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. I'm scared, blah, blah, blah. No. You have to take the initiative and you have to do it, okay? And you have to have faith and trust. Enough of that. I don't want to, it's been 15 minutes already. I'm talking about this. Now, the other energy that I want to talk about is Mars yesterday exited Cancer, luckily, because I'm so freaking tired of Mars in Cancer. Mars in Cancer, well, because I'm Cancer, okay, it gives you lots of energy, but there are things that there is conflict, okay? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. Because Mars is all about conflict and fighting and arguing, and Mars rules the squares, okay? So all kind of challenges, okay? But now Mars exited Cancer and entered into Leo. So good luck, Leo, with Mars in your chart. But you know what? Mars in Leo and Leo's house, it works better than Mars in Cancer, because Mars in Leo is fire energy, okay? And Aries, and Mars is the ruler of Aries, and you know, it works well because also the Sun, which is the ruler of Leo, exalted in Aries, okay? So Mars is happy now. Mars is not exalted in Aries, but it trines, because rules Aries and Leo, they trine one another. So the energy of Mars and Leo is very action-oriented, okay? Initiation is more of moving forward, okay? However, when Mars, which ingressed yesterday in Leo, today, at the chart you see on the screen here is Mars at 1 degree and 9 minutes in Leo, which is so. However, as I was saying, that Mars in Leo is going to form an opposition with Pluto and squares Lilith, as you see, and I spoke about it before. And the funny part is, as you see in the chart here, we have actually three T squares, okay? We have a grand cross, as you see in the chart. It's a grand cross and a grand square, okay, which is formed by Mars squares the Sun, okay? Sorry, the chart you see in the screen here is for the 20th of April. The Sun is entering into Taurus, okay? And yeah, so Mars squares the Sun, exact, this all fixed energy square, grand square. So before I speak about this energy and this grand square and grand cross and 3T squares, okay, and I'm gonna break it down. Before I speak about all of this, let me go back a little bit. So Mars entering into Leo, fixed sign. The Sun entering into Taurus, fixed sign, okay. Mars entering into a sign, which is Leo, fixed and fire energy, stubborn, okay. All about me, all about my ego, my pride. I'm prideful, excuse me. And I have to do it whether you like it or not. And okay, and this prideful Leo, the king, is ruled by the sun exalted in Aries. Okay, so the energy of Mars in Leo is very potent, is very strong, stronger than what you think. Okay, you can think of it if anything, fighting, arguing, speaking loud, okay, expressing your energy without even, I guess, taking into consideration others' feelings or the other circumstance. Okay, and this is the energy we all gonna feel it. Okay, especially if you have, I would say, late degrees of cardinal signs up to, I would say, 6 degrees of fixed signs. Okay, because always you take 6 degrees from either direction. Okay, yeah, so either late degrees, I would say from 24 degree of any cardinal sign, okay, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and oh my god, Capricorn, okay, up to 6 degree of Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. Okay, so these are the signs that mostly affected by this energy. So once again, Saturn, Mars squares the sun in Taurus. Okay, Taurus is the ruler of Leo. Okay, and the sun squares the moon. That's on the 20th. Okay, but the moon moves really fast. Okay, and squares Pluto, who's a slow outer planet. Okay, in Aquarius, as you see in the chart, the moon just ingressed on the 20th in Aquarius. Okay, and this is the energy is leading us to the new moon in Taurus. Okay, but listen again. Okay, so the sun squares the moon and Pluto, and the moon and Pluto squares Lilith in Scorpio. Okay, in my personal knowledge and the spiritual downloads and messages I get, okay, the worst of all is the position of Lilith. The worst of all is Lilith squares Mars and squares Pluto, and Mars and Pluto creating an opposition. That's the worst energy ever, because think about it this way. Lilith is a feminine demonic energy. Lilith is a combination of Mars and Pluto in a demonic way. Okay, so I see this energy as not only a trigger, but it's like inner, it's like you're allowing your shadow, if it doesn't have to be everybody, it's the allowing of your shadow, dark gray side of you to be the dominant here. Meaning you could, not you, but you could be facing this energy, squaring you, you're dealing with this energy. Somebody in your environment will exude this energy, the energy of Lilith, Mars, and Pluto. Pluto is the trigger, Lilith is, and Mars, oh my goodness, Lilith and Mars, it's like fighting between very powerful energy. And we're talking about fighting words, okay? Anger, rage, shadow. You know, when I talk about shadow, it's the ugly side of that person is going to show up. That's what you're going to be dealing with, okay? Somebody will be very envious, jealous, okay? Will be very dominant, controlling. That person will be willing to do whatever it takes to get their words through, or to get their energy through, or to get whatever they want to do. Harm they're gonna cost you. They want to do it. They're causing harm to you. They're challenging you. They're obstacling your way. Okay, could be anything. You probably listened to my tarot reading yesterday. This energy could be anything, guys. Anything. Somebody want to take advantage of you. Okay, and you know what? This has been brewing because, look, guys, I've been telling you about this energy for a while. Okay, this energy has been built up for a while. It's applying. It's not separating. Okay, it's applying. It keeps getting, fuming, okay? The fire already started, okay? And it's going to be fuming until Mars exit that, advance into Leo, okay? The energy is going to be there, okay, for a while. Once Mars separate from this energy, it's going to come down. So I would say sometime in May, okay? This energy going to be very strong. The T-square, I'm talking about this T-square, okay? Now, until we have this new moon in Taurus, this energy keeps building up, okay? Keeps adding. So you're going to be faced with all of this, okay? Pluto is hidden energy, okay? It's like somebody is planning something. It's enemies, okay? Planning something is going to stab you. Pluto is the energy of, I'm going to do something in silent, okay? I'm going to do something. It could be your energy. It could be a positive energy, how you protect yourself. You're going to work on yourself. You're planning strategically to do something, okay, quietly because you're wise and smart. Or it could be negative. You're facing this. Somebody else is doing it to you, okay? So I'm talking about multiple energies here, guys. So you take it as it resonates with you, okay? But we're going to deal with all of this because this energy is going to affect us in our, it's going to be within us, and we're going to be dealing with it from other people, okay? But you have to understand, it is somebody is doing something behind your back, okay, hidden, but you're going to be exposed. If they're trying to cause any harm to you, or if you're trying to harm anybody else, remember, Pluto is a transformation. Something going to be exposed, okay? Something is going to be revealed, okay? And it's going to backfire if you try to cause harm to anybody, okay? So the energy of Pluto, once again, is secrecy, silence, okay? Planning, and it's very potent, very strong. It's Pluto, it's the king of the hidden world, okay, of the underworld. Mars is someone speaking loud, screaming, rage, anger, fight, warrior, or war, going to the war. You're probably even going to be dealing with somebody tell you there's a war between you and I. Trust me on that. Somebody is going to be calling you names, okay? Remember, and I mentioned that in my previous reading, okay? And it's funny, Lilith in Scorpio, that's ruled, like, do you see this? The energy of the divine is not fun at all, okay? And this is all for you to understand and learn and grow as a spiritual being, okay? And have faith. Lilith in Scorpio, and Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto, and the three of them forming a square. So Lilith in the energy that's ruled by Mars and Pluto, and she's squaring them, okay? If you can work out Lilith energy in a positive way, means you protect your energy, you protect yourself, okay? And you have the right to do that. Remember yesterday, guys, I pulled one of the cards I pulled out. It's the ego card, which is technically in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot cards, it's the devil, okay? And that's the energy of Lilith. Me, myself, and I. Remember, Lilith is very similar to Mars. What makes me happy? What makes me prosper? What fulfills me? My desires, my needs. So if you can work out this energy in a positive way and look after yourself, okay? Because Venus also is all about your values, okay? Your money, your worth, your value as a person, your standards, how you take care of yourself, how you appear to others, okay? And it's funny, Venus in Pisces, they are not in exact opposition to Lilith. Yeah, they're not. But remember, No, they're not. Okay, they're far, because Lilith was in Libra. Okay, yeah, but Lilith in opposition actually to the North Node. They're not, once again, they're not an exact opposition, but they're opposing one another. Okay, Lilith, remember, it was for a while, for about, I think Lilith stays in one sign for about 7 months. Don't quote me on that. I haven't checked it recently, but I think, and Lilith was in Libra, where the South Node is. Now Lilith moved into Scorpio. Okay, once again, it's ruled by Mars, the Scorpio ruled by Mars and Pluto, and the three of them. So Lilith is under the energy of Pluto and Mars, and also in the south side, in opposition to the North Node. Okay, but also in a fixed sign. So do you see how this energy is very strong? And also Lilith is, there was something I was thinking of. Lilith is opposite of Venus. Okay, it's a complete opposite. Okay, but once again, it's all up to you. If you're going to direct the energy and use it in a positive way, without harming anybody, guys. Okay, you don't need to be harmful to others, but you need to take care of yourself. Okay, you need to watch out for what works better for you, and you need to work on that. Okay, without causing harm. And that's what I meant to say yesterday when I pulled out. I didn't pull it out intentionally. It jumped out of the deck, the ego. Okay, and there is sense of ego here, because Mars, which is the ruler of Aries, okay, me, myself, and I, and what serves me, my ego, okay, and also, Leo is also about the ego, is about the pride, okay, it's being prideful, what works for me. So, but be careful, because this energy can cause some sort of oversight, okay, of you're being very prideful. That's what I have, that's what I'm gonna do, and then unintentionally you don't see that energy behind you that's coming towards you to stab you in your back. You know what I mean? The energy of Pluto and silence, secrecy, secrets, something hidden under the rug. You don't see it coming, and screaming behind you, sneaking on you, watching you. It could be even a stalker. It could be people watching you, very envious, jealous, spreading rumors about you, making up stories, lies. That's the energy of the T-square, Lilith, Mars, and Pluto. So there is a trigger. Once again, Pluto is also a trigger. Something triggers you to take action, okay? To create the change, to overcome all of this. Pluto also the phoenix rising from the ashes, okay? So we are working through all this negativity, okay? And we need to show perseverance, patience, endurance, Saturn, okay? This is a test for us. This is exams, like you're going to your exam, okay? It's very difficult, okay? Some of you are leaving behind spouses, children, family members, your neighborhood, your job, you name it, depending on this T-square, where is it happening in your chart? And I'm going to give you an idea. I'm going to talk about each of the zodiacal signs, but you got to understand the energy is very challenging. It's very difficult, okay? It tests your ability to overcome all of this. I'm not trying to scare you, but it is what it is. And I'm 100% sure lots of you experience this now. Once again, fixed signs, oh my goodness. Cardinal sign, been through it. Unless you're late degree cardinal sign, been through it already, okay? And they're still in this journey. But fixed signs, Even if you are like obviously fixed sign of early degree, you felt the energy. Now, once again, this energy going to be with us until and after we have this new moon in Taurus. Remember, new moon in Taurus, and I'm going to talk about it further. Hopefully I have time to record other video. It's a new moon, new manifestation, something new being initiated by the universe, and you have to take advantage of it. Okay, something new is going to happen in your life. It depends on where the placement of Taurus in and related to you, or a placement of Taurus in your birth chart. Okay, so for example, let's say whether Taurus, like for Cancer, Taurus is the 11th house, the house of the groups, the friends, the luck, the fortune, the wish fulfillment. Okay, yeah. So, and I'm gonna once again I'm gonna talk about it further when I break it down for each of the zodiac signs. But it means that you're joining new groups, new people entering in your life. But you have to go through this hell to reach it. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to scare you, but it is what it is. This is the energy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I spoke about this multiple times in the past. I told you guys I don't sugarcoat my readings. I have to say it the way it is, even if I give you something sounds negative, but that's the energy. We can't play around it. Okay, so let me see what else I missed in this. I'm pretty sure I covered most of the stuff I want to talk about. I have notes. I didn't even look at my notes, but just give me 1 second. Look at my notes if I'm missing anything. Now the other thing, yeah, Pluto and Mars opposition is the energy of power struggle. It's a power dynamic. Okay, one is controlling, one is trying to burn you out, one is trying to be dominant, and it's control basically. Control your resources, control everything, and Mars is like, but that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm planning to do, and I need help, I need support. Okay, so the energy of Mars here is like, I'm planning to initiate something, but there is an opposition. There's someone is holding something on me, or taking something against me, or trying to control me, trying to control my progress. Okay, and once again, remember, Saturn is testing you. Are you going to persevere? Are you going to move forward? Or are you going to do the Lilith thing, be harmful, be abusive? Mars has that energy too, and that's why I'm telling you, this is like clash of titans. Clash of three forces. They all have very similar energies. Okay, power struggle, fighting over resources, because Pluto is resources, is wealth as well. So fighting over, yeah, for some of you, it's fighting over money, over assets. Now, once again, it depends on where's the placement. Like, for instance, for Gemini, this is the 3rd house, and I'm going to talk about it. Okay, it could be siblings fighting together over inheritance. Anyways, so there is a power struggle dynamic here in play, okay, between, or that's the energy of Mars Pluto opposition. Okay, power struggle, power dynamic. But Pluto is working in silence. Pluto is working in secret, being secret. Okay, secretive. Okay, is not showing the intentions. It could be one person exudes all this energy. Okay, you're probably dealing with one person exude this energy, and you're like, but what about me? What about my rights, my entitlement? What I need to achieve for myself, for my future, okay, for my status, for my public image. That's what Mars is. Mars, for instance, for Cancer, rules the 10th house, the house of your public image, the house of your status, the house of, which is Venus going to enter very soon, your values as well, or the investment, the money or the assets or the properties or you own, okay? Now, the other thing I didn't talk about is Neptune. Neptune is at 0 degree Aries, okay? Still in a very triggering, critical and erratic degree, 0 degree, okay? Neptune is your ideal, how you see yourself, how you imagine yourself, okay? Or what you're it's like your avatar self on a spiritual level, okay? You see yourself, you're the queen, you're the king, or maybe that's who you really are, because remember, the sun is your spiritual self, is your soul purpose, it's your spiritual purpose, okay? That's why I always tell you, focus on your sun, number one, in any reading, because that's who you are as a spiritual being, on a spiritual realm, okay? Your soul, your core self, okay? Who you are in deep, what's your purpose, who you really are, that's your sun, okay? And Neptune is showing you who you are on the soul level, as a soul being, okay? As I said, your avatar, think of it this way, okay? I want to be that person who I was originally is, or yeah, that's what I want to achieve, okay? That's Neptune, your imaginary personality or ideal, what you want to achieve, what you want to be, okay? And it's at 0 degree, the degree of planting the seeds. Do you see how everything correlates to one another? Okay, so you're planting a seed of what you want to achieve towards your soul purpose. I hope you got the message. Mercury, the messenger of God. Mercury now is at 3 degree and 50 minutes in Aries. Conjunct the North Node, it's not far from the North Node, it's about 6 degrees, because the North Node is 26 degree, okay? So 4 degree behind in Pisces, right? And Mercury is 3 degree ahead in Aries, so about 70, but so it's, Mercury was in conjunction with the North Node, but now is more in conjunction with Neptune, okay? And Mercury is the messenger of God. It's the messages we get, the dreams, the vivid dreams, our communication with the divine, okay? Mercury is that communication with your higher self, okay? That inner voice that you hear is telling you, go forward, do it, okay? Is the courage you get from the divine for lots of you, and it's in Aries, specifically cardinal signs, okay? They're getting these vivid dreams, these messages when they go to sleep, because God communicates with us while we're asleep. And look, guys, you want to name it whatever, you know, I'm a spiritual being, I'm spiritual, that's my belief, okay? So you want to call it God, you want to call divine, you want to call whatever, the Lord, whatever you want to call it, I don't care, it's your business. But that's the connection between you and the divine, between you and your ancestors, your spiritual guides, the angels, the angelic realm, okay? It comes to you through your dreams. It gives you messages, not necessarily in your dreams. And I've told you that. You can see visions, okay? You feel it. The message comes to you depending on how advanced you are or how awakened you are spiritually. You're gonna hear those messages. You're gonna, you can't believe it, guys. For me, I see it, like even before I step anything, it, whatever, guys, you wanna believe it, but that's what Mercury is, conjunct Neptune, okay? For some of you, you meditate on something and you hear voice, not necessarily, but it's that spiritual, that inner voice tells you that's what you need to do. That's what's coming. That's what's happening. Okay? It's not you wishing something negative upon others. You're not. But you gotta understand, when Saturn and the North Node is in the mix, you have to always remember there's karma. Okay? There's karma here. Yeah. You're gonna reap what you've sown. So never ever try to harm anybody or cause any harm to anybody. Okay? Be fair, be honest, tell the truth. Okay? Because you don't know how karma gonna backfire. You don't know. You don't know. And as I mentioned earlier, Mars rules any square, any challenge, fights, argument, swearing, cussing, calling people names, profanity, and the dark energy of Lilith and Pluto, the hidden, the silence, the secrecy. It's very, very difficult energy, guys. Very difficult. But Saturn here is teaching you to be patient, okay? And to persevere, because it's a new lesson. And Neptune is telling you, you need to plant the seeds towards this new cycle. Neptune's still at 0 degree. It's your time to start this cycle. It's very critical. Remember, 0 degree is an erratic, critical degree, and that's what we all, as a collective, going through right now. Okay, we're going through this degree. We're going through this energy. Finally, and that's before I start talking about each of the zodiac signs, and I probably gonna turn the screen down because I probably pull some cards for you guys. But yeah, finally, the effect of this for lots of you, it's gonna be on a relationship level, especially if you are a fixed sign, Leo and Aquarius. Mars in Leo, Aquarius and Pluto in Aquarius, the 1st and the 7th house. So whether you're Aquarius, that's your 1st house, you're in opposition with Mars, or whether you're a Leo, that's your 1st house in opposition to, and Mars is there in opposition to your 7th house, Aquarius. So that's a relationship. And Taurus and Scorpio, same thing. Pluto and the Sun in opposition to one another. Not Pluto, Lilith and the Sun. Okay? And that's when I talk about the Grand Cross. The Grand Cross, okay? And the Grand Square. And the T-Square. Oh, I didn't probably point out to the other, because I mentioned there are 3 T-squares. The 3rd T-square is formed by so remember also Jupiter at 19 degrees squares Venus, and once again, as I said, this is all the energy that's leading up to the new moon in Taurus. It's going to be more exact, more obvious. Okay, okay, so Lilith, Mars and Pluto. On the other side, the Sun, Mars and Pluto. So we will have the new moon in Taurus. The new moon in Taurus is going to be on the 27th of April, okay, at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, that's it. I'm not gonna take too much. Try to find it. T-square, I'm talking about T-squares. The other square is Mars, the Sun, and Lilith. Exactly, 3 squares. And the 3rd square, notice, okay, And I'm going to try, when you see the chart, I'm going to try to point out to it with a virtual pen or something. And the third square is Mars, Lilith, and Pluto. Exactly as I said, 3 T-squares. I'm going to say it again. Mars at the very top in Leo squares the Sun in Taurus and Lilith. Okay? And then Lilith and the Sun forming an opposition, opposing one another. Then the other square is Lilith on top, squaring Mars and squaring Pluto. And then Pluto and Mars are forming an opposition. And the third square is Lilith squares Pluto and the Moon, and Pluto and the Moon squares the Sun, and Lilith and the Sun squaring, forming an opposition. Okay, so hopefully you got it. These are the 3 squares. Now I'm gonna get to each of the zodiac signs, and I'm gonna tell you, break it down, and I'm gonna explain to you how is this gonna affect you depending on your either Sun, rising, or Moon. And if you remember, I mentioned before, okay, watch out of, any person that has Moon in Scorpio or Moon in Aries. I know when I said that, people left my channel, and that's fine, that's okay. It is what it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat my reading, and I'm not gonna give you lie to you, and I'm gonna tell you it's going to be roses and flowers. No, it's not. You need to watch out if you are dealing with any person that has their Moon in Scorpio or Moon in Aries. Okay, they're gonna have, unfortunately, very negative energy. Okay, unless these people work on their energy and try to direct it to positivity. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that, guys, and I'll see you in each of the zodiac signs. Hey guys, okay, so this is the second part of the video, and I have to share this experience with you. I was just talking about in the first segment of the video about Saturn, Venus conjunct the North Node and sextiling Uranus. Abrupt, shocking event. And Mars and Pluto and Lilith, Mars and Pluto opposition, and squaring, both of them squaring what's her name, Lilith, Black Moon Lilith. Okay guys, you don't know what happened to me, exactly what I was talking to you about, and it's just so freaking shocking and very abrupt event happened to me. Okay, so how do we start? Okay, first of all, it's 1:24 p.m. my time, wherever I am. I don't think you see where I am here. Okay, that's good. It's Saturday. It's supposed to be Easter. Okay, yesterday's was Good Friday, and now Easter Sunday. So anyways, so I was at this hotel, okay, and I was there for 2 nights, and Sasha. Hey guys, so yeah, I was sorry, I was filming, and I was talking about the experience I had at this hotel, and I got a phone call. So anyways, back to where I was talking about. So yeah, I extended my stay at that hotel where I was when I filmed the first segment of the video, and I extended it through the app. And then after I filmed the first part of the video, it was like around 10 a.m. or so, I stepped outside to the front desk to let them know that I'm going to extend my stay. I wasn't under any impression that I have to leave, or I'm going to leave, or I'm moving to another hotel. And as you see from the background, I actually moved to another hotel, which is 10 times better than that one. Okay, and it's a little bit more expensive, a little bit, but it's 100 times way much better than the previous hotel. So I stepped outside with my key. It's a key like this, electronic, in any hotels, especially here in the West. and I just don't want to show you the place. So anyways, it's a key like this, and to tell the front desk that I'm extending my stay, and yeah. And then I got a call. I got a phone call, which is very important, just like now. So I told the customer service at the front desk, I'm gonna have to take this call and come back. I went back to my room and it's locked. I'm locked out. I couldn't go back in, even though it was before 11 a.m., which is the checkout. Okay. And I actually already told the front desk that I've extended my stay and I'm gonna stay extra more days because I'm technically moving and I'm still in preparation for my move. Went back to my room, it's locked. I'm like, why I'm locked? I went back to the front desk. I'm talking to her and she goes, wait, like I have a phone call. And I was recording. I just stopped. I was going to continue recording, filming my video. Okay. I was planning to go out, rent a car and go out, but after I filmed my video. So I was waiting, I took my call, and then I went back and I told her, hey, my room's locked. Like, why is locked? I couldn't get it. I didn't understand why my room's locked. Quite frankly, I got frustrated. I got pissed off. And this never ever happened to me before. And she goes, because you're moving to another, but I told her I booked another unit. Like I extended my stay through the app. Oh, you booked it in another unit. Okay, but I want to stay in my room. I don't want to keep changing rooms. And that's why I came to you, so you can arrange for that. Oh no, we can't do that. Like what? Guys, literally, in less than 5 minutes, I packed my stuff, canceled the booking because I still have time till 4 p.m. to cancel for free, and I packed all my stuff and I left, and literally less than 5 minutes, and I booked another hotel, okay, through the app, which is this one, which is way much better than the previous hotel. It's, as I said, it's a little bit more expensive, but I wasn't even expecting that. Like I just plugged in my dates and this hotel came first thing, and I'm like, boom, I booked it, and I canceled that one and I left. Why I'm sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you is for that, or so that you know that we in this human suit, okay, with this human experience, plan something. But the divine has better plan for us. I wasn't even planning to move. I wasn't. But it's like the divine or God, okay? Plan was way much better. It was like, hey, you better leave that place because we have better place that more suitable for you and for your values and standards than this hotel. And you're gonna get it for better price, where you feel safer, secure, and happier. The divine put me through a situation that made me feel frustrated and triggered. Remember Pluto, the trigger? And Saturn put me through that experience, the test. Mars is you have to take action quickly, but you have to be patient, you have to be professional, and you have to go through the endurance. Uranus, abrupt event, sudden, wasn't even expecting that it's gonna happen. It happened literally less than 5 minutes, everything. I took my phone call, went back to my room's locked. And then another experience, which I don't want to share, I could be sharing with you. I requested to clean the room, to come and clean my room. And the housekeeping manager, she goes, I have to leave and I have to step out. Well, I don't want to step out because I have expensive stuff and belongings, and I wasn't expecting that, okay? But anyways, I didn't like the tone, the housekeeping was talking to me, talking to me in that manner. I don't like it. So I'm like, okay. So these two things happen, and actually even on my way out, like the whole experience for me was a trigger. And these two women, you know, Pluto and Lilith, literally I was dealing with two Liliths. I'm gonna post this, you're gonna watch it, and I don't care. You know what, sharing my experience with you so that you know, okay, that's exactly what happened to me. And here I am in another hotel, way much better, nicer area, okay, everything around me. There are strip plazas and there are rental companies, car rental companies around me, because I want to rent a car as well. And yeah, that's my experience. Everything happened in a blink of the eye, quickly. And yeah, I came back to online to film the video and share my experience with you. It's about 1:55 p.m. my time, wherever I am, okay. And yeah, the beauty about this hotel where I am, it's also soundproofing. Like the other hotel I can hear people stepping outside my room, like walking. I can hear everything. It doesn't have central AC. There are so many advantages of this hotel over that. Obviously, it's better. This is 4.5, almost 5-star hotel. The other one was not, so it was less. But anyways, yeah. This one, there is soundproofing. I can't hear anything. The room is huge. The room is huge. It's a king bedroom or king room. That's what they call it. But it's a huge. It's very spacious, and yeah. It's just everything, and it's there's lots of light. I'm just using the curtains, blackout curtains, so I can film my video. But yeah, it's way much better, and everything is 100% better than the other one. So I can feel the sense of privacy here, and that's Saturn, Venus. Take your hand, walk you through the whatever the experience is, okay, but you have to show patience, you have to show endurance, okay, through the disruption or this disruptive event, okay. Don't panic, don't freak out, don't do something crazy, okay. You have to deal with it, go with the flow. Don't say, oh my god, and I did say that, oh my goodness, I'm filming the video in my mind. I'm filming my video. I wasn't even planning this, but you know what? Even though I was disappointed because I wasn't expecting that, but you know what? I went with the flow, okay? And I took leap of faith and believe in the divine that must be much better for me. And everything I did was like this, quickly, okay? I didn't even look up any. I usually, when I book a hotel, I check the rooms, I check everything, the details, but I did everything quickly. I wasn't even like paying attention. I just did it like kind of blindly, okay? And the only thing was in my mind, I'm leaving this place, which was the hotel. Obviously, I don't know if I mentioned that, I'm moving from where I live anyways, okay? So, and I'm traveling, okay? And bottom line is, have faith, believe, trust. The North Node, Saturn, Venus, North Node, and Neptune conjunction. Believe, trust, have faith, trust the divine, trust the universe, trust God. Okay, trust. They have better plan than yours. Don't panic. Don't say, oh my God, they ruined my plan, this and that. No. There is better plan. There is always better plan than yours, because the divine knows everything. Everything works in harmony. The planets, the human, everything, the oceans, the land, the earth, everything. But you have the willpower to take action, to initiate the change, and believe you're in good hands. Okay, that's what I want to tell you here. And enough of my rant, and let's get into each of the zodiac signs. As I said, I'm gonna pull a tarot card from this tarot deck. Okay, and I'm sorry guys, I did not bring lots of cards with me. Okay, one oracle, one business, one for love oracle. Okay, but let's start with the astrology. So for Aries, everything is happening in Mars was retrograde in, and I'm sorry, I have to look at my notes and I have to look at the transit chart in front of me. So Mars is, today I'm recording this on the 19th. Okay, so Mars already entered into your 5th house, which is Leo, is your 5th house, but it's trining with you. Okay, so but all the planets that they were retrograde in your house, Aries, they are forward now. And which planet we're talking about? We're talking about Venus, Mercury. They were both retrograde in your house. Then they went back into Pisces, your 12th house. And now Mercury is actually in your house, Aries, at 3 degrees, conjunct the North Node. Neptune, conjunct Neptune. So Neptune is in your house. Mercury is in your house. Venus and Saturn are still in Pisces, okay, and they are forming a sextile with Uranus in your 2nd house. Mars, your ruler, was retrograde initially at the beginning of March in Cancer, then went forward in Cancer, which was your 4th house, and now Mars entered into your 5th house, okay? So what does that mean for you, Aries? It technically means you're at full force forward, because Mars is entering a fire sign just like yours, okay? And the ruler of this fire sign, which is Leo, it's the sun exalted in your house. The sun was in your house. It's going to enter into Taurus tomorrow. I'm recording this on the 19th, and the chart you see is for the 20th of April, okay? So the sun is entering your 2nd house, the house of your resources, the house of your values, okay? And we will have new moon in Taurus on the 27th, okay? This tells me that there is going to be opportunities open up for you, Aries, in terms of increase of income or a new resource of income, new source of income or resource, okay? So the opportunity is going to come to you, but you have to take advantage of it. Now, there are going to be challenges and there are going to be triggers from Pluto, okay? Because Pluto is sitting now in your 11th house, okay? Pluto is in your 11th house, triggering your 5th house, okay? Triggering your ruler. This means that there could be a group of people, or it could be a neighborhood or friends or whatever, okay? They are triggering you. They are triggering. Now the 5th house is about your luck, like literally luck. Something you walking in the street, you find $10 or $100, or you play the lottery and you win money, okay? That's the 5th house. But the 5th house is also about your creativity, about your entrepreneurial skills and entrepreneurial, opportunities, okay? It's also about relationship with your, like going out and about and having fun with your friends and getting together and stuff. And it's also about your kids, okay? So there are going to be some sort of challenge, but there are going to be opportunities open up for you, or you feel that Pluto is pushing you to create something new, okay? Your cardinal signs, you are, you like to be in charge, you're a leader, okay? usually, and especially with Mars in the fifth house, or Mars in the Leo, you know, you feel like I have to do something that works for me, okay, and put me in a position of a leader. I want to be the leader. I'm the one who's leading. I start my own business. So that's you're being inspired basically to start your own business, or to do something as a side hustle or something along those lines, okay? You feel like that's your calling, because the sun is your sole purpose, okay? You feel that you are not here to be led by somebody else, and you're not going to accept anybody triggers you or control you, because Pluto's control, okay? You don't want to be controlled by anybody, by group, because Pluto in the position of the groups and friends, okay? So there is, with this new moon, because all this energy, it's leading to the new moon in Taurus in your second house. So the opportunity is going to come to you. There is opportunities coming your way, okay? Now you need to take advantage of it. You can't just sit or in one corner and wait and, okay, I'm waiting for why? No, you have to chase it, okay? You have to look it up. It's sitting somewhere waiting for you to pick up the phone and make the phone call, or find, okay, or look it up online or whatever. Even if you're starting your own business, you have to initiate, okay? Because Pluto is basically is the transformation, is the phoenix rising. Like, we don't need to only think about Pluto in a negative way. You have to think about Pluto is the transformation, death to rebirth, and something is going to die in order for something new to start. But you have to take the initiative. You have to be smart. You have to have the courage. That's what Pluto is, the courage to overcome the fear. Saturn is the fear. But Saturn also, and remember, Venus rules your seventh house, and Venus is going to enter into your house, Aries. So that's, Venus is going to give you more power. Let's start with business, okay? I know last reading I did for Aries, some people left my channel, which is fine. You know what, guys, as I said before, I'm not going to sugarcoat my reading to make you happy. I'm going to tell you it is what it is, okay? Now, with Mars squared Lilith and opposition to Pluto, there is negative energy. I'm not going to lie to you, from even Aries. So if you are being impulsive, hasty, and you want to just fight with everybody and create problems, you got to understand, karma is going to hit you back, okay? It's going to backfire, whether you like it or not. But if you are intelligent and you're using the energy in a positive way, and directed towards creating something new, initiating something new, taking care of yourself, have the courage and bravery to take action, because this energy, the Pluto opposition to Mars, both of them squaring Lilith, and during the new moon, if you watch the first part of the video, I told you even Mars is going to square the Sun. Yeah, Mars is going to square the Sun actually on the 20th, tomorrow, as you see in the chart here, okay? And also, Mars is going to form an opposition with the Moon as well. So there is fear, there is hidden information, okay? The square between Mars and the Sun is your sole purpose. The whole this energy is to push you to take action and do something, okay? Not to sit and wait for something to fall in your lap. Now, however, Mars is forming a trine. It's not exact. It's forming a trine with Neptune and the North Node, okay? Yeah, Neptune is at 0 degree and Mars at 1 degree. So that's a trine, okay? And once again, it's separating, okay? Because Mars is going towards Leo, and so the energy is separating. So the trine is not as strong as it was before, but it's a trine nonetheless. Now also, there is a trine also between well, the moon is leaving. I was going to say there was a trine between Uranus and the moon, but the moon tomorrow is going at 0 degrees, so it's also separating. Okay, Pluto is forming a sextile with Neptune. Okay, yeah. So Pluto is forming a sextile. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, Pluto is sextiling with Neptune and sextiling with Mercury as well. Okay. Which means there are things that's going to be exposed. Okay, whatever that was hidden, you're gonna find information. You're gonna find more information about it. So whatever fear you have right now, you can't just stand still and do nothing. The whole energy I spoke about is for you to push you to increase your income, to increase your source of income. Okay, through either a side hustle or something along those lines. Now Mercury also rules your 3rd house, rules Gemini, and rules your 6th house as well, rules Virgo. Okay, and Mercury is actually obviously Mercury rules commerce and rules trade, rules besides telecom and communication, networking and the transportation, everything, and it's forward. Now Mercury, it's full force forward, and it's in your sign, in your house, Aries. This is very advantageous for you. Okay, once again, I'm gonna say it. Mercury rules trade, rules e-commerce. Okay, commerce and e-commerce. Okay, so excuse me. So and Mercury is forming a conjunction with Neptune as well, and it's in your house. So you are getting messages, you are communicating with your higher self, or your higher self is trying to reach out to you and communicating with you and telling you, take leap of faith. And here's the card jumped out. We're gonna see what the card is, and I'm gonna read from the booklet what's the energy of the card. And you got Uranus. There you go. You got Uranus. Awaken. Uranus is in your 2nd house. Okay, and the entire energy I spoke of is technically about, it's a Uranian energy. Remember when I spoke about the full moon in Libra? It's a Uranian energy. We're still in the Uranian energy. Even when we have the new moon in Taurus, it's a Uranian energy. And you got awaken. Okay, you got Uranus. So let me read from the booklet quickly what's the affirmation and what you need to focus on. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more card for you, Aries. The affirmation you have here: I awaken my business to its revolutionary purpose. I awaken my business to its revolutionary purpose. You are being called to awaken something in your business. Do you need to express its individuality by taking an innovative approach? Because that's what Uranus is about. It has the invention and the innovative energy to it. Okay? What does that tell me? It tells me that some of you, if not lots of you, are going to work in the tech sector, okay? In the innovative sector, technology particularly, okay? And you're going to excel in that. Yeah. Breaking the rules and disrupting the system. You are awakened. I love this for you, Aries. It can't resonate any better than that. Okay, let me pull just one oracle card for you. I think this video is gonna be really long, so I'm gonna break it down one oracle card. Open up to your spiritual gifts. Open up to your spiritual gifts. Okay, there was a card jumped out, which is, I'm gonna give it to you, Aries. I don't want you to be upset at me, okay? Because I know people left my channel from Aries, because I can They were upset about what I said, but that's okay. Anyways, remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are sending you messages to guide you or to guide your soul's growth. This is a very beautiful message. I'm going to read it again. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. And the second message, this one just flipped out, so I want to give it for you, Aries, because you're worth it. Okay, don't give up on love. Two dolphins. It's like, to me, it's like twin flame or like soulmate in tarot cards. Two dolphins. Okay, this is very beautiful, Aries. Okay, don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. I'm gonna read it again. Don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. Okay? I really don't feel like I want to pull any more cards for you, Aries. This is very clear message. You are spiritually awakened, okay? And you need to take action ASAP. There are new opportunities coming your way, and you have to take the lead. I wish you best of luck. Hello, Taurus. Okay, so the Pluto and Mars dynamic is happening in your 4th and 10th house. Mars is entering into your 4th house, Leo, and Pluto is sitting in your 10th house, Aquarius. Mars is the ruler of your 12th house, which is Aries, and also the ruler of your 7th house, which is Scorpio. Okay, so the 12th house obviously is the house of the subconscious, the house of the psyche, and the house of your angelic protection, the house of your ancestors, the house of your faith, okay, and belief, the house of, everything is hidden, the house of metaphysics, the house of, as I said, everything hidden behind the scene. Okay, could be hospital, mental health facility. Okay, it could be also jail, whatever. I'm just giving you an example of what the 12th house rules. Okay, and the house of your psyche, as I said, your mental health, basically your subconscious. Okay, anyways, what I'm trying to say here, when Mars enters into your 4th house, Leo, okay, Leo is your 4th house, yours. Mars is all about severing ties. It's cutting connection. Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you, Taurus. I'm gonna say it the way it is. You like it, you don't like it, totally up to you. Okay, I see severing ties with family members, or maybe your roots, or maybe the house where you were born at, or the house where you were born. Okay, or your country, whatever. It's your 4th house. You know what the 4th house is. So there's severing ties there. There is a challenge from Pluto because there's conflict between Pluto. There's a conflict. There is a power dynamic. There is a power struggle here. There's a trigger from Pluto that this is something that is causing an obstacle in your life, or there is someone in the position of power, maybe from your family, from your roots, whatever, is pushing you really hard, is pushing your parents, is causing too much like sabotaging you technically, okay, is creating lots of issues, being very dominant, controlling, okay, and you are pushed. Mars is literally pushing you to cut ties with those people, okay, and to let go of this. Remember, the South Node now is in your, the South Node is in your 5th house, okay? You could be also in a relationship that you need to let go of, or you could be letting go of your child. Listen, I'm just gonna say it the way it is. This could be your children. Yeah, you could be saying, okay, I'm done. You probably have adult children that they're causing too much havoc in your life, and you're like, I'm done with this. I can't deal with this anymore, and I need to let go. Okay, there's a trigger. And there's something, it could be even, because remember, Lilith is in your 7th house, Scorpio, and it's forming square with Mars, which is actually rules the 7th house, and Pluto. Lilith is forming square with Mars and Pluto. Mars and Pluto both rules your 7th house. I see separation, I see divorce, I see enemies, dealing with enemies, I see dealing with business partners, and I see severing ties. I see lots of fights and arguments, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I see also screaming. That's what I see. I literally envision that, okay? I see slamming doors, okay? Fights and anger, that's what I see. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. Okay? And look, you got the High Priestess, and you got the Ace of Fire, but it came in reverse. This one came in reverse, this is upright. So you feel it. You know there's something happening. There could be a new start that you're planning to do, but this new start is not going to be. Could be a relationship. South Node in the 5th house. Okay? It could be a relationship that started very passionate, because Mars is in your 4th. It could be cutting ties with your partner. As I said, I see divorces. I see fights. Okay? Or it could be a new relationship that started, whatever, or something new that you planted a seed for, you started it, but it's not working. It's not going to work. And you got messages from a High Priestess, or it could be your intuition telling you that's not going to work, and it's not going to work. It's going to fail, and it's going to fall apart. You take it as whatever. It could be a newly married couple. They're going to be a divorce or separation. I'm gonna leave it at that. You do whatever you want, Taurus, but that's what I see. Okay, I see separation, I see divorce, and there's a journey. Somebody's traveling. Okay, there's a journey. You're probably gonna leave this place. Or it could be everything I mentioned here, the arguments, the fights, whatever, it happens through you were traveling. You take it as it resonates. Okay? Before I do that, let me pull one love oracle, because quite frankly, you got secret crush and finances. Secret crush and finances. That just jumped out, okay? Money problems, work, material things, okay? And secret crush, admirer, attraction, suitor, butterflies. Okay. And that's why you got this in reverse. This is not going to work. This is going to fall apart. It's either going to fall apart now, or it's going to fall apart in a very near future. Okay? Yeah, this something happened really quick, fast, or it could be even something related to finances. It could be something related to a business venture or something along those lines, but it's not going to work. Okay, because you find out some secrets. That's what Pluto's doing, or something in your way to achieve that. Okay, that's what I have for you, Taurus. I wish you best of luck. Hello, Gemini. Okay, the dynamic between Mars and Pluto. When I say dynamic, I'm talking about the opposition between Mars and Pluto. Okay, Mars is in your 3rd house, Leo is your 3rd house, and Pluto is in your 9th house. So the dynamic, this opposition is happening between your 3rd and 9th house. The 3rd house is the house of your neighbors, your siblings, the house of trade, e-commerce, the house of networking, communication, transportation, and short distance travel. Okay, now the 9th house is the house of wish fulfillment, the house of travel, long distance. 9th house is long distance. Okay, and the house of legal matters. So what I see here, because it's an opposition, I see for some of you are dealing with issues with siblings or maybe neighbors. There could be fights over money. Okay, there could be a legal matters going on right now. Okay, there could be arguments, or it could be I feel it's related to money. I feel that there's going to be delay, there's fights, there's arguments, there's severing ties. Okay, either with siblings, could be one of your siblings is withholding your share in the inheritance, or some sort of asset, or you could be traveling for education, or to increase your income, or whatever, get a job, or maybe you needed money, you needed support, but one of your siblings is not helping you, is not supporting you. There could be issues with your neighbors, okay, these two cards just flipped out, so I'm just gonna take them. Okay, there could be arguments around money, or around your entitlement in the inheritance, or you needed money, you needed support, but they're not giving you what you need. Okay, so there are two cards coming out, so I'm not gonna take, there are multiple cards, but I'm just gonna take two for you. Okay, so yeah, I see argument, I see you wanted to make a decision, because this energy of the square at the T-square between Lilith, Mars and Pluto, and then and tomorrow, actually, for the 20th, it's the energy of okay, you got great fortune, which is good for you, Gemini. Okay, so you could be trying to move, okay, and there's issue with your transportation, your car or something like that. Be careful, because Mars Pluto opposition, it could be also accidents on the road, or yeah, there could be something along those lines, like you get a flat tire or something along those lines, not necessarily accident. Okay, some sort of something happens, like an accident or an incident that causes blockage, or make you, or triggers you, or something along those lines. Okay, yeah, or as I said, you needed money, you're overseas, you're studying, you needed money, you need support, and somebody is holding that, and it's your right, you feel it's your right, you feel, I see some sort of legal matter going on. Okay, for others, you're trying to mend the relationship with a family member, sibling, a brother, a sister who's older than you, is very controlling, but they're very stubborn. They don't want to help, they don't want to support you. Anyways, you got the great fortune, okay? And so that's exactly confirmation of what I'm saying. So there is a great fortune somewhere for you, but you need to take action. You could be, okay, in a process to sue a family member, a brother, or something along those lines, okay? Or you could be suing them because there is inheritance. You've already done that. Or there is some sort of legal matter going on, or a property that's on hold, okay? But I see money waiting for you somewhere. Or it could be even related to your business, but there's fights between the brothers or between the siblings, okay? I see severing ties, I see legal matter. You take it as it resonates. This doesn't have to resonate with every single Gemini, but that's what I see. From the tarot cards, you got 8 of air and you got 4 of swords, or 4 of air, and both are air energy, and you are air energy, Gemini. Okay, Mercury is in your 11th house, entered Aries, okay, and you're ruled by Mercury. Yeah, you could be joining new groups, new neighborhood, new friends, something. Okay, regardless of that, some of you is literally sitting now without any job, doing nothing. For others, I see illness. Somebody's sick, somebody's not feeling well. It could be from headaches to a coma, okay? Not necessarily, I'm saying it starts from headaches, not sleeping, insomnia, getting migraine headache. It goes all the way up to a coma, because when I get these two cards, that tells me somebody is not aware of what's going on around them. Somebody's literally in a coma, okay? Or somebody's very ill. Like, I can't sugarcoat it, okay? 8 of swords and 4 of swords. It could be extremely fear. It could be somebody in poverty, or somebody have no source of income, okay, and they don't know what to do. They're so afraid of what the future is holding for them, okay? This is not cool. You could be, as I said, waiting for money, and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and you don't know what to do. You don't have any source of income because you got great fortune. So bottom line is you need to take action. You need to get out of here. And look what you got in the... It could be a matter of separation or something, because you got the single card and you got also the grass is greener. So that tells me that you need to move from where you are, okay? And your status is going to change from single to another place where the grass is greener, okay? So you need to move. You need to take action. As I said, please watch the very beginning of the video, and I said that energy is you need to take action, and you need to have faith and believe, because that's what Saturn, North Node, and Venus conjunction is all about. It's about trust and take leap of faith, okay? Jealousy, better option. Unhappy, deserve better, okay? No, it's jealousy, better. So, okay, the grass is greener, basically, it means that you have options and you need to change your situation, because on the other side, the grass is greener, okay? There's better situation waiting for you, and you deserve better, and you're gonna have options, because where you are right now, you are unhappy, single, okay? Look, status quo, doing nothing, absolutely nothing, okay? Now, as I said, it doesn't have to be illness. For some, there is illness. I see that. Illness, it starts from headache. It could be even boredom, but this is too much. This is like, I don't know what to do. Status quo, I don't know what to do, where to go. But this energy is to push you and take action, okay? Because there's a great fortune waiting for you somewhere. It just needs you to initiate and take action. Okay, Gemini, that's what I have for you. Best of luck.